that make me wonder. If you got the chance, you'll probably try to take me under.
This shit is so absurd, it's just beyond my nerves. They don't like how I move, I just beyond my swerve. Just beyond my swerve. I done paid my dues, lost some blood, this shit is on my word. This shit is on my word, on my word. Started from the bottom, I was on the curve. I was on the best curve. Days was the 1st and 15th. Every now and then, they was on the 3rd. Guess you mad now, cause I'm on the verge. Can't wait till I slip up or diverge, or diverge. Don't wanna see me come up or emerge.
Y'all jokers here already? God darn. Couple shots to myself. So yo, this stuff with this dude, man, this Christian Keys, as I'm sitting there looking. And last night I made a video about, I thought I was over here connecting dots about the Tyler Perry thing. Because I didn't get a chance to look at nothing else before I made that video. I saw his thing and I just saw like headlines. I'm over here thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm connecting dots. I came up with this Tyler Perry thing. I have a little presentation. I showed y'all this. I was like, look at the Wikipedia thing. I was like, look at pointing out the 2000, all this stuff, 2005, and he said this with the record all this stuff. Come to find out, everybody in goddamn in America had already put together that this is probably Tyler Perry that this dude was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But everybody had put this together. I'm over here thinking I came up with this. I'm like, yeah, exclusive information. I'm not up on this stuff. I know who Tyler Perry is, of course, but I'm not. I don't just Christian Keys. I never heard of him in my life until yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen this Joker a day in my life. Seen 1 or 2 Tyler Perry movies years ago. I'm not. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't keep up with that stuff. So I guess it was very obvious. You know what I'm saying? That everybody else who's like knows about this stuff. I thought I was over here connecting dots, Joker. I'm over here applauding myself, giving myself shots. I'm like, but anyway, so that's that. But as we're sitting there thinking about this, I seen somebody else talking about it. I think it was New Breed Dude channel, or maybe it was somebody else, and they said something. It was like, for if he said he purposely said he was like he waited till the statute of limitations was over to come out with this, but he's saying he's going to the police. So if the statute of limitations is over, what are the police going to be able to do about it? What are you taking to the police if the statute of limitations is over? This ain't a murder, or I think maybe even attempted murder. They don't got statute of limitations, but this type of crime does have statute of limitations. And if you said you waited for it to end and it's over, what's the police going to do? What could you do with the information? You know what I'm saying? If you look at the thumbnail I got on here, it's of him, Christian Keys, kissing a dude on a TV show he's on. What's the TV show? Anybody who knows the TV show knows what I'm talking about. So he played a gay role before on this TV show. So the TV show was called I think it's called DC Legends of Tomorrow. I think is what the TV show is called. I'm not sure if that's what that. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. So he apparently been battling this LGBT stuff for years, because I guess when he did that role, a lot of guys was coming at him then trying to do threesomes with him, putting stuff in his inbox. And he made a statement back then telling gay guys fall back and it ain't that type of party or that type of stuff. But the thing is this, he said that whoever this person was, quote unquote, allegedly Tyler Perry or whoever it was, has been coming at him for years and years, over and over and over. So if they came at you one time and you really ain't with that, as a man, you probably would have let them know in a certain way they wouldn't keep coming at you. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't keep testing the limits if you made it clear the first time, crystal clear. Maybe you didn't get violent. Maybe you kept it professional. You didn't get ghetto and violent and flipping all out. But you said it in a nice and a stern enough way to where they would have known he's not the one for this. We can't be doing this with this Joker. You know what I'm saying? It's highly suspicious that they would have kept coming at him year after year, time after time, buying him stuff, all this stuff. What makes more sense to me is that if he himself is not LGBTQ, if that's true, what makes sense is that maybe he was leading these jokers on, whoever he's talking about, to be able to stay in good graces to keep getting television roles. You know what I'm saying? And movie roles and stuff like that. Knowing that if he really burns the bridge, like, oh, I ain't with it. Knowing that if that's what in his mind may be keeping him around them, because they're in their mind, the people that are these powerful people have it in their mind that, yeah, he's not with it now, but we'll break him one day. We'll get to him. He'll give in, along with him giving the illusion that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like flirting with them just enough to keep them interested, but not actually going to the other side. You know what I'm saying? That's still a form of selling your soul. You know what I mean? And my thing with entertainers, people that are rich and famous, celebrities and stuff like that, once you become a celebrity, rich and famous, and entertainer, you surrender certain things. One of those things are things like public scrutiny, being criticized, those type of things. You don't have the right to be worried about that no more. Once you're in that position, what comes along with that is you accepting public scrutiny, jokers like me on here doing whatever we want to do, Illuminati videos, clone, whatever comes to our goddamn mind to come to think of. That's what comes along with that. You should be able to accept that and keep it moving, because the trade off for that is now you're in a great spot. Um, Life is good no matter how much y'all try to come up here talking about how much work it is. How many times you seen an actor come up here? Oh, all this work. Oh, it's exhausting. People just don't know. It's so much work, and I just all right. Is that much work? You really that stressed out? Come down here with us and go out here and be a plumber or something. Give up your Hollywood job and go out here and be a goddamn truck driver or a construction worker. If it's really that much work, and you're really that stressed out about it, come out here and be a garbage man or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm sure it's work. Of course, it's work, but it's work that you're willing to do and you're loving what you're doing. So when you're loving what you're doing, it's not really work at no point, really, for real, unless you ain't getting accommodated for it like how everybody else. You know what I'm saying? How you should. So that comes along with that, that type of thing. Another thing that comes along with that is if this is how I feel personally. If you're in a position like I just described, which he may have been possibly, he's not LGBTQ, but maybe he played the game or flirted just a little enough to keep himself in position without not being kept around. That's still a form of selling your soul. So if that's what you did, I could sit here and say, I know, I understand that this may not be agreed upon by men and strong men, but I can understand how somebody could do something like that in that position. You went out here, you worked to be where you're at. You're this actor. You went through all the stuff you went through to get there. Opportunities are opening up, and for a reason, no fault of your own, the people that are in charge of stuff you're doing happen to be LGBTQ and they're coming at you. And from what you already may have seen being around the industry, you're like, you know what? If I totally flat out resist these people, I'm not going to be out of work. I'm gonna lose my position. Or if I totally go out here and just try to report it, that might also blackball me because a lot of people are down with the stuff. So you say, you know what? Let me just try to fit in here as much as I could without actually crossing over and converting over. I can understand that. Like I said, it might not sound like the macho thing to say, but I can understand that if that's the path you went. I get it. I understand that, especially if you're talking about making big money. You know what I'm saying? But what comes along with that, in my opinion, is you don't have the right to come out here afterwards trying to expose nobody. You can't show up 10, 20, 30 years later talking about this is what happened to me, Joker. They had me down here. They're giving me. No, you can't do that. Once you go down that road, you're supposed to go down that road and keep it to yourself. Take whatever goes along with that and just do it. Just keep it. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you're supposed to come out. I don't respect that after the fact. You're gonna come out and expose it. Not saying it's right, not saying it's cool, but I don't respect that. If you played the game enough, even to that capacity, you should just keep it to yourself, and that's just it. Keep it moving. That's part of your history. That's part of your life. We don't got to know about that. It ain't something that should be exposed because that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? That it's just universal law. That's just not fair in that sense. Because if you really was against it and you really felt like that, no job or nothing should have kept you there to deal with it. And if it did, like I said, if you said, you know what, I need this money, that this is my shot, then if you went that route, I could respect that too. But you shouldn't come out here afterwards talking about it. This is how I feel. That's how I feel about that. The other thing with all this stuff is that if you notice, if you take a look around, Joker, and just look around, you notice what's going on. Black folks are being defunded. Black folks who are in any type of position of power, who any type of position of influence, are being taken down. Not saying that these jokers ain't doing nothing wrong. Not saying that it's totally all conspiracy and then everybody's out to get the black man and they ain't doing nothing. They're just coming after a black. I'm not saying that. Maybe these jokers have done their part and this happening to them. So I'm not saying that. But if you look at everything from Bobby Shmurda and then all the street rappers and the street gangs, all these RICO cases, snatching up all the biggest crews in all the biggest cities and all the states around the country. Everybody who got their hands on a couple dollars, you got Puffy and them, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, all the people who are in a position that could possibly do something for the community. We know they're all part of this stuff too, but if they happen to wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm gonna help the people, I'm gonna switch over a new leaf and start helping the people and doing something different. Everybody like that is getting put out of the way, getting taken down. For all we know, I'm just sitting here going, I'm just going out in the limb. Don't think I'm sitting there saying this wholeheartedly or defending Diddy or none of that. But for all we know, he might have been doing something behind the scenes to where maybe something to with the masters. I'm talking about like the music masters and the maybe something like that behind the scenes trying to even anything. You know what I'm saying? That maybe he was a fly on the wall this time. Is what I'm saying. Maybe he was playing his part to get into position, and maybe that was something that could have been. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking. You can just say Diddy or anybody. I'm just saying, or Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? He got all this power. He got his own studio down there going on. He's pretty much building the Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they won't want him out here growing and getting bigger and powerful, more richer and stuff like that, so he can do more stuff if he wants to. Of course not. You know what I'm saying? So it's highly suspicious that this guy is saying he had recordings from 2005 going out to up till whenever this stuff stopped, and all the stuff with Diddy's from years. There's always some stuff from years ago with these people, and we get so caught up in the allure of it, the shock value. Oh, look at he's next. They got him now too. They took him now. Oh, wow, look at this, look at that, look at this. But what we're not seeing is that the black economy, not to make this racial or nothing, but if you look at it for what it is, the black economy is being destroyed every time one of these new allegations come out. Every time one of these things where they can go back and grab people up from years ago, with our people that got money, even though they're not helping the people now. But like I said, who's to say that if it comes down to it that they wouldn't? Maybe they're not. Maybe they don't have it in their minds as a plan to be a fly on the wall, and this is like part of their plan. But maybe if SHIT hits the fan, and if you pay attention to that movie that came out last month, the Leave This World Behind. If you pay attention to that movie, man, I don't see how you can see it as anything other than an agenda, some type of program and some type of message is being spewed, and that message is about black people and slavery, black Americans and slavery. I had a whole presentation I did after I watched that movie the other day, saving pictures and all this stuff I was about to do. Then I seen Tariq Nasheed put he as I'm looking at him, I saw him do a video about it himself. So I said, let me just watch this real quick before I do mine and go through setting it all up and put everything together just in case. So when I watched Tariq Nasheed's take on it, it was everything that I was going to say plus more. So I was like, I'm not even going to put it out because why waste all my time. He did everything I was going to possibly say on that video about the Leave the World Behind. He said it and more stuff I didn't even catch on to. So if you want to see the breakdown of that, I would suggest Tariq Nasheed's breakdown of that because it was exactly what I was going to say and more. Because there's no other way that could be interpreted. If you look at that movie, you got the boat coming in, the ship coming in that represents don't quote me on the dates and times and places, but it's something from years ago in Virginia, 1619. The slave ship came to the horizon. Everything about the movie, the white folks took over the house. The black dude and his daughter was sleeping in the basement, pretty much pushed out. The daughter was like, "Look, don't trust these." Everything about that movie, man. The black daughter was the only person on the whole movie who was a sexual object. You know what I'm saying? Everything about it has to do with this economy ending and it's starting back up with slavery, something to do with the slavery and something to do with the economy ending. That's there's no way around that if you watch that movie. And it was came out on JFK's birth, the JFK day, the day that JFK got assassinated, November 22nd. And the whole thing with the Friends thing, there was a big theme in it. And right before this happened, not right before, but a couple weeks, a month or two maybe ago, it was Matthew Perry died. He was from Friends. He used to mess with um, what's the main Julia? Was it Julia Roberts? Her name is. I think Julia Roberts, the main character on the movie. There used to be a love interest thing going on. All this stuff ties in. You know what I'm saying? So they showed that movie for a reason. There's some reason for it. Maybe it could have just been hypothetically speaking, a feel good movie for black folks to see it, so that we can just not fall for the same, whatever you want to call it. I highly doubt that. I'm just saying though, it has something to do with slavery. That's for sure. There's no way around that. If you look at all the elements of that movie, so you got that going on in the middle of non-stop Rico case after Rico case. All the black entertainers, everybody's getting taken down one by one. All this stuff coming up from years ago. Because they don't got to get everybody with this. All they got to do is get enough people, make enough of them fall to where everybody else is in the industry that's black can look at it and say, well, damn, this is easy as I can get taken down this easy. Let me just fall back, fall in line, do what I'm supposed to be doing, and mind my business. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff, man, so that's what I'm saying. Is this dude Christian Keys part of this agenda? Was he put there for this a long time ago? He's saying he got these recordings, but if you know like I know, every black celebrity in Hollywood and the music industry is under surveillance 24/7. I guarantee you that. They got a drone or a satellite following them separately. Especially the ones that really matter. You know what I'm saying? Trust what I tell you. Any black entertainer who got money and some type of influence and power is under surveillance 24/7. So he's saying he got these recordings, but did he really record them? Or is it recordings from whatever entity was monitoring the atmosphere, and he got to come out here and say it was him, so that don't get blown up into proportion, and we don't be like, oh, they had these record. Like I said, every aspect of these people's lives, anybody who has power, who's black, and not even just black celebrities and stuff, they are all under surveillance. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they black, and especially if it seems like they may do something to help the community or not go along with the agenda. You know what I mean? All this blackmail stuff that's going on, and it's also ironic how for the past couple of months, all the stuff we've been talking about, and people like me talking about in the Illuminati, the industry, all these years, sexual rituals and sacrifice, all this stuff. It just so happens that all this stuff now has been put into, looks like it's just the black community doing this in the past month or two. All these stories we heard about stuff that happens, these jokers are doing it. So like I said in my video last night, this don't start and stop with them. This is way deeper than just these jokers right here, Diddy and all them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. This dude, Christian Keys, I'm not sure how to take this at this point. On one hand, it seems like a money grab. He's kind of out here like how Cassie came. I'm not saying Cassie was whatever. I'm just saying how she presented evidence and Diddy jumped right up like, oh, should we go over and get this money because she could say a lot more. So that's kind of what it seems like to me on one hand. On the other hand, it's kind of like the internet is the new, it's the thing now. So bring it out here in the internet, because why didn't he just take it to the police like he said he's going to do in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning of the video, if he said he waited for the statute of limitations to run out, how are you even taking it to the police? Because what are they going to do with it if the statute of limitations has run out? According to his plan, he said, strategic plan. He said he's 6-7 moves ahead, he said, or whatever like that. So this stuff is kind of weird, man. I can't just jump right on, and I never do anyway, jump on these stories like that as far as like believing them. But I don't know if there's more to this thing or not, man. This is seeming kind of weird at this point. It is seeming kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say, at first it seemed like whatever it was, but now as I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like I don't know. Was he a plant the whole time? Is he some type of CIA not agent, but what do they call him? CIA asset or something like that from back then. Because maybe they saw Tyler Perry, maybe they saw where he was going, or just thought, you know what I'm saying? Because when Tyler Perry first came out doing what he was doing, even back in the day with the plays, that was monumental, whether people realize that or not. I remember my mom and my aunts and them going to see him, going to see these plays back when he was first coming out. This is like he was doing something that was like undone. So I'm sure they've been watching Tyler Perry since back then, the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? They probably had their eye on him, I'm sure, since way back then, trying to make sure he don't get too big for himself. You know what I'm saying? Get too much power. And he does got a whole studio now, so that's about as powerful as you can get in Hollywood, in the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. This dude, Christian Keys, is looking a little iffy right now, man. Because all this flirtatious stuff, there's a lot of pictures with him with his shirt off, stuff like that. I'm not trying to come at him like that. I'm really not, but I'm just saying I can see how LGBT men could mistake him for leading them on. You know what I'm saying? If you around here with your shirt off all the time, you playing that LGBT role. Not saying that automatically means that you really have to be LGBT in real life, but you're playing the role, kissing the dude and everything. I can see how other dudes might get misinformed, you know what I'm saying? And be like, is this Joker down with the LGBT or is he not? He's doing everything that looks like he goddamn it is. I mean, if he's not, he's fooling me. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. And then you keep going around them year after year. That's kind of like leading people on. You know what I'm saying? Then you saying you got drunk to the point where you passed out and went and slept in the Joker's bed. I mean, come on, dude. That's just not stuff that somebody's gonna do if they're really absolutely. You're not gonna let your guard down that much around people who you feel are SA assault. You know what I'm saying? Predators, whatever you want to call it. You're not gonna go drink and pass out and then go lay in the bed, Joker. Like, and you're not. I mean, that's I don't. That's just that seems weird, man. Seems a little bit too weird for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I don't know at this point, man. I'm not sure if this Joker's up to something. Is he part of the agenda to bring to defund the black community, take down all these celebrities? Because from what I understand, the one law is pushed out now to 2026. So this is just beginning. Imagine how many. If this is all it takes to take down celebrities, somebody come out with some stuff from years ago, and now you lose endorsements, you lose deals, you got people parting ways with you. That alone is already detrimental to somebody's well-being and you know what I'm saying, finances and stuff like that. Let alone all the other stuff that comes along with it. So if that's all it takes, this is like a green light for them to take down anybody they want. They can say anybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody you could any entertainer we could possibly imagine. They can have anybody come out here and say, 20 years ago, down in Soho and you know what I'm saying, Manhattan at a bar, they could say anything and take somebody down, man. That's why that's the part about this. I don't get I don't yeah, like not that I'm worried about celebrities and yeah, we do bash them sometimes, all the Illuminati, we all say all the stuff we say, but at the same time, I'm never cool with just seeing somebody who doesn't even have proof that they did something wrong to be just taken down and destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us sit here and talk the stuff we talking, this Illuminati stuff, but Joker, keep it real. If you had an opportunity to join the quote unquote Illuminati or whatever you want to call it, you'd probably join too. And so would, goddamn it, I. You know what I'm saying? We sitting over here trying to make ends meet, trying to connect dots together, trying to get by day. Um, but Joker showed up to you and said, "Look, there's a couple of mil. Go do this." Not saying that somebody will automatically maybe do an LGBT thing, a Q thing or something like that, but maybe you might go out here and sacrifice somebody. You might give up a family member. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, especially if they was like, you can choose the person that we get. Everybody got somebody in their family they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, shit. Everybody got somebody in their family they don't like. Some people don't even like their goddamn kids. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be like, take his little ass, take her little ass. You don't give me 30 mil. take them. Shit. Give me the money first. Get the money. Give me half up front, then yeah, get rid of them. And kill two birds with one stone. That's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us would be joined up. All of us out here for years trying to be rappers and thinking you're going to be a movie star or trying to be some type of whatever the thing you've been trying to do in Hollywood or whatever. They came to you and said, Joker, look, I need you to do this. You'll be straight. Most of us would do it. That's the bottom line. So that's all to that. So as I got older, when I first came into YouTube, I didn't have no sense of that. I was just go hard on celebrities. You said that. Sacrifice. Da. And as I started thinking about it, like, you know what? I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. Most of y'all is out here, anybody who's saying they wouldn't, most of y'all is out here selling y'all soul for IG for free on IG, Facebook. I'm talking guys and girls, men and women. Most of us is out here selling our soul for free for a couple of likes, goddamn it. Imagine if a joker came to you with millions and said, we need you to do this. Some shit you already doing for free. All right, you're going to do it. Trust me. So yeah, like I said, I have over the years kind of developed a little bit of understanding for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're quick to be like, oh, why this person didn't say this for this? Like some kind of thing happens in the world or the country, police shooting or something. Maybe like, oh, well, how come this person that you ain't black? They didn't go out here and support. They didn't jump up and say this. But then when you think about it, it's like Joker. If you're in a position where you got millions of dollars, you got a career, you're doing what you love to do, your life is great. Or would you be willing to go out here and put that on the line just to protest or whatever the case is? Probably not. When you really sit there and think about it, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you came from nothing, came from being poor or broke. Now you're up, your family's good, you're straight, got everything you want and need. And jokers like us is out here talking about you ain't real, whatever you want to call it. You ain't speaking up. You be like, get out of here, scoundrels. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for y'all little scoundrels yelling at. It's just the reality of it, man. And I can understand that because ain't none of us down here talking. Whoever we telling is stand up and protest, or you ain't putting money up for the community. Ain't none of us can take. If they lose their position, none of us can help them. You know what I'm saying? That's just that, man. But I don't know. I'm about to get up out here. That's about it with this.